All right, let's dive in. Today we're headed to the southern coast of England, to a city called Portsmouth. And honestly, its story is just completely inseparable from the sea. If you really want to get to the heart of Britain's naval history, this is where it all began. And this really says it all, doesn't it? The cradle of the British Navy. It's no exaggeration. For literally centuries, this city was the engine room, the absolute beating heart of Britain's power on the seas. It's where legends were forged, where history was written. So where do you even start with a place like this? Well, you have to start at its core, the legendary historic dockyard. And you gotta understand, this isn't just some stuffy museum. Nope, it's a living, breathing part of an active naval base. And it's home to some of the most famous, most important ships in history, period. Just look at this timeline. It's incredible. We're talking more than 400 years of naval history, packed into the stories of just 3 ships. Each one is like a snapshot, a whole chapter in this epic story of how technology changed everything, from old-school Tudor warships all the way to the dawn of the ironclad age. First up, the Mary Rose. This was King Henry VIII's pride and joy, his flagship. And it sank, tragically, right in the middle of a battle back in 1545. For centuries, it was lost, but its recovery? Wow, it was an absolute miracle of archaeology. Think about it. The ship itself, plus thousands of everyday items from the crew, all perfectly preserved. It's a genuine time capsule of Tudor life, just frozen under the sea. Okay, now let's jump forward a couple hundred years to a ship you've probably seen before, HMS Victory. This is, without a doubt, one of the most famous warships ever. It's Admiral Lord Nelson's flagship, the very one he commanded at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, where he won his greatest victory and lost his life. And the amazing thing is, you can walk its decks today. It feels like you're stepping right back into the 18th century. It's just powerful. And then everything changed. Say hello to HMS Warrior. When this ship launched in 1860, it was a total game changer. I mean, it was the world's very first iron-hulled armored warship. It had steam power, an iron hull, it was faster, stronger, and pretty much immune to the cannonballs of the time. It was so advanced that literally overnight, every other navy in the world with all their wooden ships was completely obsolete. Just like that, the end of an era. So if you've got all these groundbreaking, priceless ships in one harbor, what's the one thing you need more than anything else? Protection. And a lot of it. That's exactly why Portsmouth didn't just stay a port, it became a fortress city, wrapped in this incredible ring of defenses, built up over hundreds and hundreds of years. And the time scale we're talking about here is just massive. On one end of the spectrum, you've got Portchester Castle, which started out as a Roman fort. Can you believe it? And on the other, you have Fort Nelson, this masterpiece of Victorian engineering built to handle modern artillery. It just goes to show you, from the Roman Empire to Queen Victoria, protecting this harbor has always been priority number 1. And these guardians are all over the city. You've got Southsea Castle, yep, another one from Henry VIII. Then there are the medieval round and square towers, standing watch right at the harbor entrance. And you even have the Royal Garrison Church, which has been quietly watching over this city for more than 800 years. Imagine the stories it could tell. But a city isn't just about its ships and its forts. It's not just stone and steel. All of this was the world that people lived in, and it shaped this really unique culture, and it defines Portsmouth's role on the world stage for centuries. And it's an environment that shaped some pretty incredible people. For instance, did you know that one of the greatest storytellers of all time, Charles Dickens, was born right here in Portsmouth back in 1812? People say that all the sights and sounds of this busy, chaotic naval town really stuck with him and influenced his writing. You can actually go and visit the house he was born in. Fast forward more than 100 years from Dickens, and Portsmouth finds itself at the center of the world stage again, in a year that would change everything. 1944. That was the year of Operation Overlord. You know it as D-Day. And Portsmouth, well, it played an absolutely crucial role. It was one of the main places where Allied troops gathered and set off for the beaches of Normandy. The city's museum, called the D-Day Story, it's a really powerful place, a very moving tribute to the unbelievable bravery of everyone involved in that operation. So, all of this history, from the Romans to D-Day, brings us right up to the Portsmouth we see today. And it's a modern, buzzing city. But what's so cool is that it hasn't forgotten its past. In fact, it's built its future right on top of it. And you can't miss the symbol of modern Portsmouth. It's this incredible structure called the Spinnaker Tower. Just look at it. It looks like a giant sail catching the wind, right? That's totally on purpose. It's this beautiful, elegant tribute to the city's sailing heritage. And it is seriously impressive. It climbs 170 meters into the sky, right over the harbor. It's like this modern lighthouse, a new beacon watching over all those historic waters. But the best part? When you go to the top, from those viewing decks, you can see everything we've been talking about. The whole story is laid out right below you. You can spot the historic dockyard, see the Victory and the Warrior. You can trace the lines of the old forts, and you're looking at the exact same patch of water that Roman ships and D-Day landing crafts sailed across. It's all there. And it kind of leaves you with this one big thought, right? Portsmouth proves that a city's history isn't just something you lock away in a museum. It's both the anchor that holds it steady and the sail that pushes it forward. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How does a city's past really build its future?